Hey guys, welcome to the Expanded Woman podcast where I talk about all things personal, spiritual, and business development. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about my journey and where I'm at right now because I feel like being authentic is being open and honest and not hiding my struggles and where I'm at. I was I was co-leading a call the other day in my friend Erin and I's business expansion and activation program, and we were just kind of sharing some things at the end, and I had asked a question and it somehow turned into me just kind of sharing a little bit about my struggles and what I've been going through lately and things that I'm a little bit ashamed about, and I just want to let them out because I feel like that's very healing for me, and just even expressing it in the call felt like a relief to me. I feel like in the online world, especially when you're leading space and you're a healer and all this stuff, I feel like it's so easy to get caught in this trap of wanting to I don't know, I guess hold yourself up to this standard of being a leader. And I've never thought that leaders need to be perfect, so I don't know why I would want to hold myself to this standard. I think because to me there is some shame in admitting that I'm in debt and I haven't been the best with finances and I don't make a whole lot of money in my business. So I guess there's this fear that, if I confess that my business isn't self-sufficient and that my partner helps support me, that people won't trust me. And that's just not the case, because we don't need to be 1,000 steps ahead of people to teach them and guide them and help them heal. That's so crazy to think that. We all have our gifts, and it doesn't actually matter how much money you make. The amount of money you make doesn't have anything to say about how good you are at helping people alchemize and optimize and see things and heal things about themselves that they maybe weren't able to do on their own. And as I say that out loud, it's like, yeah, no shit. But for some reason, we tell ourselves this story that people won't trust us if we're not super financially successful. And so I'm just talking about all of this to be really open and honest and to open up the conversation and to share with people that I'm so far from perfect and I am still on my healing journey. Just because I talk about all this stuff, it doesn't mean I'm healed. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. I still lose my shit on my partner sometimes, and I still yell at my dog, and I still mess up with my kid all the time. I'm so far from perfect. That doesn't negate from what I have to offer you. For a long time, I've struggled with what parts to show and what parts not to show. And I think to me, a podcast feels like a better space for me to truly share what I'm feeling and what's on my mind, because it's not confined to like 20 or 30 seconds at, an Instagram post or reel. And I'm sure that there will be people that listen to this and who hate what I'm saying and maybe are like, oh, like, no, you are not for me. And that's okay. Because I know that the more I speak my truth, the more that the people that are meant to find me will find me, and the more that people who are not meant for me will fall away. And I don't want people in my crowd that don't totally believe in me and aren't here wholeheartedly celebrating me and my journey. For a long time, when I started my business, I felt like because I was new and I didn't have as much experience as other people, that I didn't truly have a lot to offer. And part of this confidence comes with It comes over time and comes with having clients and more experience. But I do truly believe now that I don't have to be perfect, and I don't have to be the best somatic facilitator and the best somatic or Reiki practitioner and the best at recording meditations. And this episode isn't for me to brag about what I'm good at and how much I have to offer you. It's simply to show you the process of, I guess, what goes on behind closed doors and how people feel, because I'm sure a lot of people probably look at my social media and they think like, oh my God, she's got like, over 11,000 followers. She's probably makes a lot of money in her business and she's probably super successful. And so I just kind of want to deconstruct that a little bit. And I think that a lot of us fall victim to this, thinking that if we have a lot of followers and we find a lot of growth, that will in turn bring us a lot of success and in terms of financial growth. And I've really been shown that it doesn't matter how many followers you have. What matters is the quality of your audience and whether or not people are invested in you and whether or not people trust you and really where they're at. And also, not just that, but learning how to actually speak to your clients and your audience. But that's for another episode. When my Instagram blew up, I did not make a ton of money. What did happen for me is I attracted a lot of opportunities, and I did gain a lot of recognition in some ways, and I'm sure I planted tons of seeds for the future. So I'm not negating and saying that all my work and that blowing up on Instagram did nothing for me, because I'm sure it did so much. And if I really sat down and got into it, I had lots of people approach me, asking me what I was doing, and that in turn led me to teaching marketing. And also lots of people approaching me to run retreats with them. And my business partner, Erin, inviting me to teach marketing with her. So while there were lots of benefits, it wasn't in the ways that I was expecting. And I see so many people on Instagram that have very low follower counts and make, like 10 times what I make. So it's really not about how big your audience is. It's about how successful you are behind the scenes and how you can nurture and cultivate the audience that you already have. And so at this point, I'm just not really super interested in growth. I'm so interested in how I can nurture my current audience and how I can deliver to them. And so that's also a big reason why I'm creating this Expanded Women membership that's going to be $35 a month, because I want it to be accessible. And I know that a lot of the people in my audience are in a place where they don't have a lot of money to spare and they don't have a lot of time. So they don't have a lot of time to make more money. So I want something to be accessible for them. I've battled back and forth, on my prices, raising them. And, sometimes when we are growing our businesses, in those moments of doubt, we can really get into our head and allow those moments of doubt to cloud our intuition and our core values and our inner voice, and listen to other people and their advice instead of truly listening to your own authority and what feels right for you. And what feels right for me is creating offering and a space that is just an absolute gift to my audience, somewhere that there is a ton of value for a super affordable price, and a place that they can come and they don't have to commit to a year membership. They can come, they can spend a month there, and they can go if they can't afford it anymore. Because I have been on the struggle bus, and I have been in a place where I can't afford things, and And I know what that feels like. And that's why I'm so passionate about creating space for people to find healing and support and community that don't cost thousands of dollars. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to be open and transparent about where I'm at and, paint a picture that just because somebody has a lot of followers doesn't mean that they are super successful or they have it all figured out. I'm just another person just like you, figuring it out as I go along, and I'm on this journey of self-discovery and healing and growth just like you. And I do believe that I have been chosen to live this life. I do believe that my soul has chosen to maybe experience some more hardships than others, because I truly believe that I am meant to lead and create community and safety and healing for other women. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because I've experienced a lot of hardship and pain in my own life. And I believe that all the pain, that the depth of pain that we experience is also on the opposite side of the spectrum. It creates that deeper capacity for us to actually experience a deeper amount of joy and peace. My whole journey since I started my entrepreneurship has been all over the place, and I've been, I've changed so much, and at times it feels like I've been feeling a little bit like wishy-washy and maybe even unprofessional at times. But the truth is that fuck it. I am a plumber learning how to run my own business, and the truth is that I'm just teaching myself and I'm figuring it out along the way, and I'm going to make lots and lots of mistakes, and I do accept that, and I hope that you can too. When I started my journey last winter, I had no idea exactly where I was going, and my business is multifaceted in that I do one-on-one healing sessions, and I also have my digital courses and all that stuff, and I've kind of teetered back and forth between whether I wanted to just do digital courses or, then going back to the one-on-ones. And right now I'm at a place where I want to do both, but I also know that probably one day it'll just turn into the online communities and the digital courses, so that I can free up more space and time for myself to create, because I'm so passionate about creating things, and I love to be inspiring, and I love to have lots of space and time to dip into my feminine side. And it's been really cool as I feel like I know my life's purpose, but it's interesting to watch it evolve and to watch how I'm learning more about myself all the time as I create healing and guides and exercises for you ladies to help you find your soul purpose. I'm kind of honing in more and more on mine, and really learning more about myself and learning more about my passions, and it's been so much fun. I truly enjoy my work so much, more than anything. So yeah, anyways, so that's just kind of a confession a little bit about where I'm at and some of the struggles that I've experienced, and I'm sure I'll get more into all of this stuff in future episodes. This just really felt like it was on my heart to share, and so I'm sharing it. So I hope that you all have an amazing day, And if this episode resonated with you, let me know. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I would love to connect with you. Have an amazing day.